Gilmour gets a one-timer late in overtime from freshman blue liner Vince Stafford to record a 2-1 victory over Mentor on Saturday night in a Kent District semifinal in a battle of News-Herald coverage area powers and 30-win clubs. The Lancers, with their 31st win of the year, move on to the Kent District final on Friday night against US, which was a 4-3 winner over Shaker Heights in the nightcap. As far as the way the semifinal played out, just a dogfight, pure and simple. I thought Gilmour came out with a lot of energy there in the opening period, moved their feet well, moved the puck well, forechecked effectively. Probably would have liked to have a little more to show for it than a 1-0 lead after the opening period. Obviously got the dream start there with a goal in the opening minute there, but like I said, probably would have liked to have a little bit more to show for it. And with Mentor, the flashes were there in the offensive zone, especially from that first line. The second and third line had one or two decent shifts there in the opening period, but I just hated what the Cardinals did there in the opening period into the defensive zone. We're not playing the body. We're not being really physical in general there in the D zone in the opening period, giving too much room for the Lancers to operate, in my opinion. And we're fortunate really to get out of there down 1-0. And that really had a lot to do with Mentor goaltender Alex Toth. Obviously, as a netminder, it's tough to give up a goal there so early in the game, but he shook that off well and had a fine game overall. I had him for 44 saves. I had him for 17 saves there in the second period. Kept his team within striking distance. The Lancers were getting good deep looks, but Toth did well to keep that a 1-0 hockey game until Mentor could finally find that breakthrough, and they were able to late in the second period. That first line, as we've seen all year, certainly was potent. It can be potent, and really showed that potency there in that sequence with Kyle Baxton with a nice job just creating an odd man rush, just threading through traffic in the neutral zone, skating in. That chemistry is so good with that first line that Evan McBride knows to crash there through the right circle to the right bar. Baxton hits him beautifully right on the tape for a snappy wrister to make it a 1-1 hockey game. We've seen that for a while, and it's been a pleasure to see that play out, certainly for the last couple of years, as Kyle and the McBride brothers have really combined to be one of the best forward lines in Ohio. No doubt about that. And obviously there in the second and third period, a lot of special teams. Ton, obviously, with the 5 and the 10 for Mentor, the 5-on-3, the brief one there for about 16 seconds late in the second period. A lot of special teams, power play and penalty kill that had to be resolved there. It eventually was. The Cardinals were able to get off the penalty kill there, had to go on the kill for nearly 4 minutes after they got a power play of their own, after that checking from behind penalty, but did well to kill that off, and it's a 1-1 game, and the goaltenders really played very well there in the third period as well. Toth, as I mentioned, Jack Lyman also had a couple of timely stops for the Lancers there in the third period. And then it goes to overtime, and and like I wrote in my story, purely from a goal-scoring option standpoint for Gilmour, you think of a lot of different guys, Charlie Valenti, Dominic Casamata, Evan Enrick, Charlie Tuggy, Kessler Richards, a number of different guys. But I guarantee that you're not thinking of Vince Stafford necessarily when you think of the Lancers' goal-scoring options. But sure enough, lovely one-timer, got a lot of power behind it, and slots at top shelf to give Gilmour the win, and they go on from there. Just watching Gilmour hockey for 19 years now, I'm used to this by now. Low-scoring dogfights with good goaltending, special teams. You're not going to see Gilmour go out and score 6 goals a game. They've never been that kind of team. They're never going to be that kind of team. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can win that way. Obviously, they've been able to win quite effectively this year with a 31-4-2 record and the success that they've had this year. And they're able to go to the Kent District Final. And it'll be Really interesting against US for sure. With that speed that they can throw at teams, with how tough they can be on the blue line with Eamon Mulkern, with that goaltending, whether it be Jack or Toby Hurlong, Gilmour can play pretty well, and obviously they're looking for an elusive Frozen Four berth. Haven't gotten to Columbus since 2011. Ken will be rocking on Friday night, and Vince Stafford was able to get them there to that district final to play for that with a big goal from the freshman to cap a hard-fought 2-1 win for the Lancers over Mentor.